Hello, Helena. It's Emily McVeigh, Executive Director of the United Way of the Lewis and Clark area. We're here for this week's United Way Partner Spotlight with Good Samaritan Ministries, Our Place. Welcome, Nicole and Carrie.
Thank you.
Hi, Emily.
You guys are new to our show, so
Yes.
it's a new adventure for you guys.
Yes, it is.
Excited to be here.
That's great. Tell us, what is Our Place and what is the population you serve there?
Yeah, I can start with that. So Our Place is a drop-in center, offers recovery groups for people in recovery. We also offer peer support and help assisting with applying for housing, applying for jobs, also applying for government documents because, you know, if you don't have a birth certificate or you don't have an ID, you can't do those things like apply for housing and apply for jobs. So Our Place really helps people just get a leg up and kind of get those like basic necessities that people need to, find housing, find a job, get off the streets, and also provides services like peer support and recovery groups to really aid in that transition. And the population served, it is a open community center, so anyone can come in, anyone can engage in peer support, anyone can go to a recovery group. It's really not, there's no requirement for coming into Our Place, but I would say the majority of the population tends to be people without a permanent address or living unsheltered currently, people maybe struggling with recovery, looking for support there, and yeah, I would say that's kind of maybe the main populations that Our Place sees. And Carrie, if you want to add anything.
So Our Place is a branch of Good Samaritan. We did pick it up in 2019 and started to run it. And just since then, services have doubled. So the amount of people that we saw were about 1,100 a year, which was double what it used to be. And the number of services provided, like she was explaining, Nicole, has increased about 85%. And it's really just a safe space for people to come together and feel part of a community and find stability. And we feel that people thrive when they can actually like come together and feel included and have that safe space to be themselves and to try to work on their lives.
So a lot of people that have been around Helena know the drop-in center, Our Place, and it started under Rocky Mountain Development Council. So truly the original intent of Our Place still exists, and it's there for the people that need support in mental health or chemical dependency or unsheltered situations, but the services have really beefed up over the years, and there's a lot more support and a network that's been created with some grant funding from the state and all those other things. But so like people go, oh, what are we doing now? What's that look like today? And it has changed hands a few times, and it's been under several different agencies. So often people either say, oh, I didn't know that place existed, or I always wondered what happened in that building, or does it look like what we started way back when? And, so it really, it does, and it's
the core mission has definitely stayed the same. Is just to have a sense of community for especially for those unhoused.
Yeah. So how can the community be more involved in Good Samaritan overall, especially Our Place?
I would just encourage the community to come into Our Place. I think, like you said, like a lot of people recognize the building, but they're not really sure what goes on there. And I think just maybe taking that first step into like breaking the barrier of just coming in and seeing who all is served there and just getting to know your Helena neighbors a little bit better is like a great starting point. And we're always also looking, taking in donations because often like people at Our Place are either unsheltered or just not making enough money to get things like food and clothes. So we're always taking like warm clothes donations and food as well. and
Coffee.
coffee, always coffee, yeah.
Blankets,
Always
blankets and
coffee.
sleeping
yeah,
bags, yeah.
And do you want to add to that?
Just blankets, sleeping bags,
Yeah.
things to stay warm.
The gloves and hats.
Gloves,
and-
hats, yes, yes.
Yeah, we get calls a lot for people that want to donate those kinds of things, and they don't want them to be sold. And we always say, if you have large amounts of things, please talk to Good Samaritan, because United Way would love to have your stuff, and we'll share with
Right.
everybody in town. We don't have a ton of storage, but and we do share with Good Samaritan, God's Love, and everybody else. We all share together
Right.
if we need it. But
We do.
there is that way people can give, and then those items are not sold through the thrift store. They are just given away at our place to the clients that need it.
And we also, at Good Samaritan too, even if it comes to the thrift store, we do voucher a lot of things out. So we do, also things are for sale, but people can come in and get clothing vouchers for clothes, underwear, and they can also do, sometimes they do vouchers for household items too. Depends on what the donations look like.
So you guys have a pretty diverse staff. What kinds of things are they really good at doing at Good Samaritan in our place?
I think Good Samaritan is really just known for giving people a second chance. And especially in the workforce, a lot of our thrift store employees have struggled to find jobs in other places, either because of like a developmental disability or a physical disability. And so I think that is also really speaks to Good Samaritan's mission of helping in any way possible, and and supporting the community. And I've actually learned so much just from the staff, just in the 4 months that I've been at Good Sam's as a volunteer. And I've actually just been amazed with the kindness that all of the staff hold for everyone in the community and each other, and also just amazed by the experiences I've heard, and those stories of success stories of people coming into Good Sam's really not in a good place, maybe not in a good relationship, and really just seeing that growth of being given, some responsibility or some accountability at Good Sam's, and just seeing how that really helps confidence and growth. And I just think the staff is amazing and very resilient and kind. Yeah.
I would concur.
Yeah.
And a lot of it, the really important piece is they have lived experience. And so when
Right.
people walk in the door, they can feel comfortable with people that really get it.
Yeah.
They get where they're coming from. They've been in their shoes. They're not being judged. And so the clients feel better about getting assistance from people that have that lived experience.
Yeah, and we can also be, for myself, I was a client of our place, 3 years ago, and so just to be able to come in and be like, I've been in your shoes, I can relate, and give our story of hope and, of recovery that once was my mess is now my message.
A lot of us that work in social services were once
Right,
a little
yeah,
messy.
yeah.
Still a little messy sometimes.
Yes.
Like, yep, I get it. So tell us one success story from your work.
Okay. One of our success stories, I didn't get his permission to say his name, but
Yep.
I'll say about 7 months ago, he was living, staying warm in the cigarette shelters outside casinos. And he had no hope. And he came in and he talked to Mark, our street outreach coordinator. And Mark was just, telling him, he's like, I can give you a hotel room for a night, but what do you really want? And he made the choice to go into treatment. Mark got him into treatment right away, which he's just, bless his heart, he's really good at that. So, and now, he just graduated from the Hannon House, and we got him housed. He had 9 days, we got him housed. He's working a great job, and we're just super proud of him. So, just being able to come in and with no hope, and from there to now being, he speaks at events and stuff for us. So just to give his message that, again, we do recover.
That's what I was saying this morning about the projects we're working on. It's like, we're doing the long game here.
Yeah, yeah, yes.
Right.
And sometimes it takes a lot of
Right.
tries.
Yeah.
And you're holding that hand for a long time and going back and going back and
Yeah.
going back. And
Yeah, he went to sober living after treatment, and granted, this isn't DOC. Like he volunteered to go into treatment, went to a sober living. He was like, I don't need this, and then relapsed, and then he was like, no, I do need this, and realized that, and just the fact that he's holding his own job and doing his own budget and able to survive on his own, and he's never done that before, and he's in his 30s. It's just amazing to see. It really warms my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's really important to remember that like recovery is, not linear, just like a lot of, growth in life. I mean, this applies to things outside of recovery, but I think a lot of people think like, okay, I gave you this one chance, like you went to sober living, like you should, if you relapse or voluntarily leave or something, it's like, I'm discouraged now. But I think it is like the consistency is like the most important part with helping people and making them feel supported and heard and cared for. And also, just understanding that everyone makes mistakes. We've all needed help at some point. And that's just, I think, important to remember. I've just been like really amazed with how consistent people are at Good Sam's, and how all of our staff like show up really ready to give their all to people, and you don't see that at every organization, honestly. So I'm super impressed with what Good Sam's does. Yeah.
So one of the things Nicole said to me before, she's like, I like that it's not transactional. It's not like you come in, we give you money for help, we let you go. No, we follow up. We want to make sure that that you can come to us. We're there to talk to. We're more than just here's your check, be on your way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Building those relationships. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So who are the other partners that you work with in the community to make all this magic happen?
United Way, of course. We work with Pureview. So Pureview is down across from our place, so we really utilize their services, their case management, mental health. We work with Helena India Alliance, Many Rivers, just any sort of counseling, Coleman's Community Services. Just pretty much anywhere. So Mark, our street outreach coordinator, he loves to say that he's not an expert, but he's an expert on the experts. So it's really, he's fantastic. So he knows, hey, you have this issue, this sounds like what you need, let me get you to this place. Or, and so he's really awesome in being able to connect people with the services in our town.
Yeah. It's all about knowing who knows what.
Exactly, exactly. And
Right.
yeah, especially at certain times, okay, this place is full. Let's, try to get you here, especially for treatment centers and stuff. So.
Sure. So you guys have some events coming up? What events are coming up at Good Sam's or our place?
So we do have the Faces of Our Unsheltered Neighbors photo exhibit. It'll be tomorrow from 5 to 7. It's also an open house for our place, just to kind of visit with the staff. We'll have some food and refreshments. We'll have, Teresa did a little video for us, and so we'll just kind of let the community know what we're doing and how, the people that we're serving there, and just kind of give, again, faces to the unsheltered neighbors. We also are working with United Way YWCA. We're going to be helping with the longest night on December 21st. And
20th.
20th, was it? Oh, okay, so 20th. Thank you.
I've had a hard time tracking that date too.
Yeah, thank you. I have that on my calendar.
It is the longest night of the year, the shortest day of the year.
Yes,
so
yes.
Yeah.
The actual longest night. And then that's also just for remembrance of any unsheltered that have passed away due to chronic homelessness this past year.
Yeah. And we'll be sharing that out on the radio and other places so people can make sure they have that date right. In
Yes.
case either one of us are wrong. And then tomorrow is December 5th. Tuesday, December 5th is the open house at our place.
Yes.
Right.
Because that has been a little bit wrong in some places. So just to
Yes,
make
yes,
sure people
a
know
little
that
bit wrong on the
it's
front
clear.
page of the paper yesterday, yes.
So in case people are seeing this like on Wednesday, that happened yesterday. No.
Yeah, right, exactly.
But there's
late.
more opportunities. Just give a call and set up a
Yes.
time to come down to our
Of
place
course,
and
yeah.
see what's going on
Truthfully,
down
any
there.
day is an open house
Yeah,
at our
right.
place.
And I think we'll have the photos up for a couple of days after
yeah,
tomorrow,
we'll
like through
have
that week.
for a week.
Yeah, for a week. So if anyone wants to come, they're welcome to.
And that's a traveling exhibit, and it'll be other places
Yes.
down the line, so people have a chance to see that also. But it's important to go see our place and go see what's going on down there and
Yeah,
get to
it
know that
is.
organization a little bit better. Yeah.
For sure.
So what kind of donations do you guys need right now? What's urgently needed? It's winter coming. I know it's nice out today, but that's
I know it's supposed to be like 60 tomorrow.
That's
I was
it.
like,
That's
what?
like 2 more days,
I said,
I
are they
think.
lying?
yeah.
Obviously, stuff for the coming cold that we know is coming. Blankets, sleeping bags, and also some food. We can do can openers are always needed, just snacks, and underwear, socks, boots, coats, hats.
Portable foods.
Yeah,
that
portable
don't have
foods.
to be cooked.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have to be cooked. If you bring a bunch of cans, a can opener would be great because a lot of times those get lost.
And I was going to add just on our events and donations. So we are doing Adopt a Family. I know there's been some confusion around that. We are currently looking for families or individuals who would like to adopt a family and buy presents and clothes and whatever else for a family in need. And to donate or to volunteer to be a family, you can contact Ara Babcock. She's our assistance coordinator. Ara at goodsamministries.org. She's great. And I just wanted to add that we are doing it.
Yes. Yeah. And the Giving Tree's at the cathedral this year. I know a lot of people have come to Good Samaritan. It's the first time we haven't had it.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, the sign up is at the cathedral. So
Okay.
we'll have
Yeah.
that posted. I'll put that on our Facebook page if anyone's interested.
Yeah, and we've been sharing that out on the Helena Holiday Helpers
You
flyer.
have.
So
Yes, thank
hopefully
you.
people are seeing that and hopefully finding families that need help and finding families that want to help.
Yes.
And yeah, Ara worked tirelessly last year to help families, and to the very last minute I saw her at Walmart with a shopping cart full of stuff for a family like
Yeah.
Christmas Eve at 6 p.m. and it was
Yep.
like, yeah, so I was like, thank you.
Yeah, she's great.
So is there anything else about Good Samaritan or our place that we missed that people should know?
I think the biggest thing is that people just aren't totally familiar with everything that Good Samaritan does. I think people think thrift store, and that is definitely part of it, but Good Samaritan is so involved in the community in so many different ways with our place, with street outreach, with the assistance ministry, and we truly have like our arms like everywhere in in the community. So yeah, I would just say that we are more than a thrift store. We want people to know that. We want people to ask questions. I think like every nonprofit really has the potential to grow, just depending on like the needs of what's needed. I know that Helena itself has changed a lot in the past 5-10 years, just population-wise, like demographic-wise. So we also are growing with that change. And, you know, it is a nonprofit, so the need is always greater than really the funds that we're getting. So we're always looking for donations of, financial donations or just a commitment to helping families in Helena is really what a donation would mean. And also just making sure that these services are still available for people is so important. So I just would want people to know that.
I concur.
Well, so I always encourage people to give to Good Samaritan because giving to the thrift
you.
store means you sell the things to support the assistance ministries. And it's like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
that's how those assistance ministries happen. is
Right.
the rental assistance and the car repairs and the helping people with phone lines
Yeah,
and the energy
daycare
bills
or
yeah.
propane, anything. And also, like, that's our new slogan when we go do
Oh, yeah.
fundraising is it's more than just a thrift store. And again, your donations, they might be for sale, but if someone comes in and has a need and can't pay, we will voucher it out for them so they don't have to pay for it. We're not going to let someone not be able to clothe their kids or themselves even. So, thermal underwear, I forgot. That's another thing we need.
Yeah, long underwear.
Yeah.
Super
Sorry.
Yeah, no,
good
you're
base
just like,
layer.
yeah,
Keep
no,
warm.
that's great. Yeah, I don't know that people understand that store really kind of exists to support the assistance ministries. And I
Right.
don't know if Teresa would agree with me, but that's how I always think of it. And I think that helps people understand. And I know there was a lot of issues with the dock being open, but it's open again. So
It is
people
open.
can
It's
get
open
over there and
Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 10 to 5, closed from 1 to 2 for lunch. And then they just ask that you, if you can, bring it in boxes that are closed or in garbage bags that are tied, just for the safety of our dock workers or worker. I think we have 1 or 2 back there right now, so we're still understaffed.
yeah,
So-
and you're always hiring.
yes,
so there's
yes, we
also
are
that.
hiring. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Oh, and also, the store also, not only does it help with the ministries, but it also pays our wages so that when you make a financial donation, it goes to assistance. It's not going to admin costs. It's going straight to our community. So,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for joining me.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thank
Emily.
you
Good
so
to have
much,
you guys on the
Emily.
show.
Yeah.
It was awesome to be here.
Thanks, Helena. We'll see you again next week.